All right, I know that sometimes as entrepreneurs, we are out there trying to change the world. We get stuck against roadblocks and things that are hard. There's ups and there's downs. And I think for most of us, a lot of times we turn to quotes to get us excited. And there are 4 quotes that I found this week that meant a lot to me during times when I was struggling, times when I didn't want to wake up in the morning, or times when I wanted to go to the next level. So I'm gonna share with you guys 4 of my favorite quotes that hopefully will have as big of an impact on you as they had on me. And I recommend watching these over and over again, and tag someone down below who you know is in the thick of it, who needs some help, who needs that little push over the edge. And I hope that these quotes will help you as much as they help me. Theodore Roosevelt said, "The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything." This is such a cool quote, and it reminded me of another one of his quotes. It's even longer, so I'm gonna read it. It says, "It's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who with the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and with the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly. So his place will never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat." So many of you, I know this, I've gone through this as well, you're out there and you're trying, and you've got people who want you to fail. People you love who just want you to go back to normal life, and they're hoping you, like, they don't want you to fall flat on your face. They want you to live a normal life. And as you're trying to do things beyond yourself, they honestly are like, I kind of hope they fail. Or the people who aren't gonna like you, there's your haters who really do. I think when you understand this, this is something that's got me through so many times. In fact, man, the last of it here, where it says that if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly. So his place will never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. Like, for all of us, you guys, as entrepreneurs, we're going out there, we're creating, we're trying, we're challenging, we're doing things, we're trying to create. You are going to fail over and over and over and over and over again, and that's okay, because you just need the one success. If I could show you guys how many funnels flop before the ClickFunnels funnel, not just the Click, I mean, we had 6 variations of the ClickFunnels funnel before it took off. But prior to that, the 100 plus, 120, 130 plus funnnels I did in a dozen different markets ahead of time that didn't work, then you guys understand, like, wow, this is okay. It's not a bad thing to fail. It's a gift that we have to be able to fail, to learn, to grow. And if we keep doing it, then we become who we need to be able to serve the people we've been called to serve. So there you go, Theodore Roosevelt. This is Dan Gable. He is our Michael Jordan. One thing he says is gold medals aren't really made of gold. They're made of sweat, determination, and a hard to find alloy called guts. I share this one because I think a lot of times, especially in our community, we're looking for the 2 Comma Club Award, looking for 2 Comma Club X, looking for all these kind of things. And I think coming back to this, understanding like gold medals are not made of gold, right? They're made of all the stuff you have to put in to earn it. So if you really want to get those things, you want the gold medals, you want the records, you want the prizes, you want the money, you want the whatever your driving force is, you understand that that's what it's made of, is the blood, sweat, and determination. So thank you, Dan Gable, for being the man and for sharing the quote for today. Vince said, "Practice does not make perfect, only perfect practice makes perfect." Recently, I did a podcast episode kind of ranting on a coaching client who was not doing things right, and I may have got that person a little offended. And I think that sometimes it's hard to be a coach because it's like you tell people what they need to know, even if they don't want to hear it, right? In fact, recently I was coaching Myron Golden. Myron is like one of the most coachable people, and he asked my advice, and I gave him my advice, and it was completely different than we thought. I said, "Sorry, no, that's not what you're asking for." He's like, "No, that's why I'm paying you." He's like, "If I knew what you were going to tell me, I wouldn't have had to pay you." He's like, "I want your different advice. Like, that's what I'm paying for." And I was wrestling. I used to have a coach who would always harp on this. Like, we'd be practicing a move over and over again. He'd stop us. He's like, "You're doing it wrong." I'm like, "I'm doing the move." He's like, "No, no, no." He's like, just because you're doing it, if you're practicing it wrong, it's worse than if you didn't do it at all. Because now you're going to keep doing it wrong over and over and over and over again, and you're going to practice the wrong thing, and you're going to do it wrong. He's like, if you're not practicing perfect, it doesn't make any sense to even practice. And so I want you guys to think about this as you're being coached by people. Like, don't take it personal. Be like, "Man, I'm so grateful this person coached me, because I could keep practicing the wrong thing and become really, really good at doing things wrong, or I could shift, I could adjust and practice the right thing and become perfect at it. And that way, all the practice I'm doing actually helps me as opposed to making me worse." During a lot of times in my life where things have been down and been hard and I've been struggling, I turned to Churchill so many times. And this is one of my favorite quotes talking about the war. He said, "We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and of suffering. You ask, what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, by land, by air, with all of our might, with all of our strength that God has given us. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word: victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory, however long and hard the road may be." And I think for all of you guys who are out there who are trying to be successful, you have before you an ordeal of the most grievous kind. It's not going to be easy. Okay, many long months of struggle and suffering. But what is your aim? It's victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. I want you guys to remember that, because sometimes this road is long. If I could rewind 15 years ago when I started this journey, if I would have known it would have been this long and windy, I probably wouldn't have gone on it. There were times, like I said, when we went through, I had to fire 100 people in a day. There were times when I lost friends, lost family members, the working, so much of the stress and the toil and the things he's talking about. But when you look at it, say, look, victory is what we're going for, however long and hard the road may be. That's the goal. That's where we're going. It gives you the foresight you need to keep moving forward. So Winston Churchill, again, one of my favorite quotes of all time, victory, however long and hard the road may be. So those are 4 of my favorite quotes. I would love if you take 5 seconds and post your favorite quote that's gotten you through tough times down below so that I can read them, so the entire community can read them. Anyway, let me know your favorite quote down below, and I'll see you on the next video.